Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as painting and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and safe Halloween. With all the parents and kids out and about, they encourage drivers to be careful and respectful of trick-or-treaters. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Oh, that's right. The boys are back. It's a Monday. We got plenty to get to on today's show. We're glad you're along for the ride, our dearly beloved Blockheads. I'm Austin. He's Strick. How you feeling today, partner?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Had a great round of golf yesterday with some good friends. Leonard, shout out to Leonard Cox and Tony Veland and Wendell Douglas. Man, we had a great time out. I want to say it's called Pacific Springs, and it was just.
Is that the one you live off of?
No, close, but no cigar. It ended up being a really beautiful day. It was cold early. I mean, we got out early, 9:50ish. So it started off kind of brisk and cold, but I was prepared for it and shot a nice round, shot an 80.
That boy,
felt good.
Way to go.
Made some putts and made some shots and made some moolah. So I had a good one.
Which of those is most important to you? Making putts, making shots, or making moolah?
No. See, for me, I take golf as a life lesson, right? And what I mean by that is there's going to be some good shots. There's going to be some bad ones. But it's not necessarily the good or the bad shots. It's how you mentally manage them.
Sure.
Because there is another shot that you have to take. And you can't get overly frustrated or upset about one shot, one putt, one chip, because you're going to have to go right back. And I can tell you that I used to be really drained after a round of golf, but I felt really good. And I just think that the things that I've been doing as far as, meditating and walking, I got up this morning and walked, just enjoyed the beauty of this morning, because even though it was cloudy, it still felt good outside. And yeah, man, so my weekend was wonderful, man. Great football. There was some interesting games,
a lot of them,
to discuss. And I know we're going to get into that, I think, in the second hour. definitely talk about the Huskers and the thing that I wanted to see. We'll get into that, which was the
fight.
You know what I'm saying? And then we talked about we're gonna get Rule and hear what he has to say about it, and we're looking forward to it.
Before we get into any of that, David on the text line, David from Renew said, "Pause. Didn't get that invite to golf, Stricky," and he even sends you a picture of Pause by Run DMC.
Is on the Sauter Heyman?
On Sauter Heyman text line.
Who was it?
David from Renew.
Oh, Dave, my man. Hey, listen, I've got to give them a shout out. They do some tremendous work with us here at the Ticket and for a lot of us. I got to do my updates because I'm getting old text messages right now, so I can't see it, David. But and there we go.
Hey, 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
It got through it.
Track.
But also they do tremendous work. I mean, I'm so grateful for the work that they did on my car, and it got me through the summer. Yeah, go get your tent and your windows, or if you got it broken, and spiders and all kinds of stuff going on, man. They take good care of you. Shout out to David at Renew.
Nebraska needs some more Spider 2Y banana. It's kind of spiders Nebraska needs. All right, Stricky, let's get into it.
Let's dig.
Did you see the fight?
You're talking about
from the
Big
Huskers.
Brother. Oh,
did you see the fight from the Huskers?
You know what I thought about when you said that? There was an interview. I can't remember who it was that did the interview because it was kind of a flash on. I don't know if it was my Instagram or Facebook. And Michigan State and Michigan got into it, and they were talking about Big Brother. Yeah, that's what little brothers just do. Little brother things. I was like, yeah, that's a gangster comment right there. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, fight. You talked about something last week that I actually loved what you were discussing, and what you were talking about was, do you have faith the size of a mustard seed to believe that the Huskers could win? I could say I did, but I can also say, because I think I mentioned, you've got to go play the game, and everybody's got to show up. That includes Ohio State, and if you don't show up and a team happens to do so, but what I loved about it is they came out swinging. The defense absolutely redeemed himself after a dismal performance against Illinois. I mean, there's still some things they got. There's still some things that they've still got to work out. But if you look at it in totality, I just love the fight. I love the grittiness. Yes, big plays. We talked about that. You don't want to give up big plays to Ohio State because that's something they thrive. But they said we're going to take away something, and they did that, and that's the run game. I think they did a great job of doing that. So there's some good things that I saw that they did that showed me that there was fight there. And then for a good time, they had over a 4.5 yard carry average, which was shocking to say the least. I saw now I'm talking little things. I saw the wide receivers go up and try to dominate and point catch and fight for balls. Pause. I definitely did see that. And then still I saw special teams step forward. Shout out to Hull.
Hello.
Shout out to him.
Welcome to the party, young man.
Step in. One of the biggest stages he's probably ever seen in his life.
Yeah.
He showed up. Right? And so those are the little things that I can appreciate in the fight. Now, the small things that hurt them. We've got to talk about penalties again.
Let's save that for next segment. We'll talk about the rest when you hear from Matt Rule.
Go ahead. No, that's it. Those are the things that I saw on both sides, as well as the special teams, which showed me that there was fight with them. It gave me like even the mistakes that Dylan Raiola made. He's young. That's what I'm saying. So when I was talking about manage the expectations on this team, you have to. They're going to be all right, and that's when I talked about you just want to see incremental. Because remember, I said airplane that goes to the heavens and See, if y'all listen to the block, y'all would be feeling me right now. Some
I'm
of y'all
feeling-
didn't listen,
I'm
but I
listening-
know
I'm
you
listening on the block.
understand. I
Yeah.
know you do. But we talked about this, and it showed up in its own little way.
Mm-hmm.
I said, manage your expectations because you want incremental growth,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm hoping. And I now believe, after what I saw, that Nebraska's going to be okay.
Mm.
If they fight with that type of fight they had just in that game alone, in
Mm-hmm.
these next games, they will go bowling, and they will hit that win total that I believe that they can hit, and that's where I'll leave it.
And Matt Rule said as much about a lot of guys that he thought played some of the best football of their careers. He said, okay, now you put it on film. Okay, that's scary in a good way, right? That should motivate them because now they have a standard that they have to live up to and play to. Stricky, it's still a loss, though, right? Nebraska sits at 5-3 entering November for the second consecutive year. I think it's a weird spot to be in because it kind of feels like we're back to where we were in 2021. Oh, the team's so close, just a play or two away. Even last year, like Nebraska was finding ways under Heinrich Haarberg as starting quarterback to win games, but it feels the same, but different in ways as well. Because I'm with you. This performance against Ohio State, I think just by the raw numbers, at least defensively, was better than some of the performances Nebraska has had in years past. And I think that what you saw was sustainable, right? Because you can see that, yeah, it's upperclassmen making plays on defense, but it's underclassmen making plays on offense for the most part. There's definitely something to build to here. Do you think, and you kind of alluded to this, but scale of 1 to 10, are you all up to 10 on how much you trust Nebraska to maintain the standard, or are you just above a 5?
I'm probably at a 6.5.
Okay.
Because they're capable. And again, I talked about that part being a roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to come to a stability of where that when they show up, and again, that's part of just identity.
Yeah.
That's just part of identity. We know that the defense has a form of identity. Now, of course, Illinois, you asked the question, is it what did you say? The word wasn't not anomaly. Was it it was a word similar to one-off.
Was it the fluke? Was it the exception to the rule?
No, you used a specific word, and it was kind of like, is this a one-off or and it might have been cluster, right? It was on one of our
Oh, if
shows.
it was a big word, it was probably me.
Yeah, yeah. And you just say this is aberration.
Yeah, the aberration. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that was the case, you can say, like, for me, like, just hear me on this one, you guys. Hear me what I'm saying, and don't take it to heart, because it's actually just a thought that I had when you look at this situation. All right, because I've been here before. I've been in a situation where I'm busting my freaking butt. Right? I'm working my tail off. I'm going 50 feet, 94 feet, covering, hounding.
And then helping. And then hounding.
And recovering.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody behind me doesn't call a pick.
And you get lit up.
Somebody doesn't rotate. And then, I think I expressed to you the frustration I had when Dennis Rodman came on the team, and how it kind of messed up our chemistry for that run that we could have made the playoffs. And in football, so I'm explaining the similarity. In football, that works like this. I'm busting our freaking butt. We saved your like 5 times in the Rutgers game, and now you're not moving the ball. You're turning the ball over. You're not moving chains. Every freaking few minutes, I'm up. Now, say what you will. You hope that that's not the case. But as a human, again, that's what we do here. We talk about the human element, not just the ultimate sports part of the game and all those things. Yes, we do that too.
You said you do.
I hate myself sometimes. Pause. I don't. I love myself. But what I mean is, we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Just
it's natural. It's normal. It's what you do.
Normal. And if you get enough of that collectively in the mindset, it can cause lapses. It can cause mistakes. It can cause busted coverages. It can cause missing a gap. which causes a gash,
which causes finger pointing, which causes blaming.
and then it becomes an issue. I thought that's what happened possibly in the Illinois game.
Indiana
Indiana game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's possibly what happened.
Mm.
I could be wrong, but it's human. It's a human element that's possible that could have helped. And then this week they turned around and they recovered and became more of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're hoping to see a consistency of that throughout the rest of the season.
That you are. I'm in that same neighborhood as you for how much I trust Nebraska to replicate this performance and live up to a standard, right? You hope that they do, but I would be lying if I said I was 10 out of 10 confident. I would also be lying if I said I was 1 out of 10 confident, right? It seems like, again, just the way Nebraska had played, they had turned a corner. But I will feel confident giving you a number 1 through 10 after I see UCLA, right? Okay, credit Nebraska. They finally got up for an 11 o'clock game. Great. You're supposed to do that anyways. You don't get credit for doing the bare minimum. You don't, right? You play a football game, you get up for. I don't care when it is. But okay, they overcame whatever mental hurdle they had at 11 o'clock. The first drive, again, shaky as all get out, Stricky. Quentin Ives drops the opening kickoff. You take over at the 9. Miscommunication between Raiola and Dowdell or whatever, and you fumble the first snap. Then no gain.
Yeah.
And then a shanked punt, Stricky. But the
defense is like,
here we go again. But they ddidn't say, here we go again. They did the thing where they said, we're picking you up.
Yeah.
We've been in this position before. We know how to handle it. We're good. We got you. Strick, when I look back at this game, I feel very vindicated in 2 takes that I've had for most of the last year and a half under Matt Rule. Let's start with the defense because that's where we're at. The defense was really freaking dang good. You hold Ohio State to their fewest yards in a home win in 15 years. 64 rushing yards, 7 or 8 tackles for loss.
2 of the best running backs in the country.
And they're in the same backfield.
Right.
You identified a weakness on their line at their backup left tackle.
Was
you went at him.
Yep.
You didn't let Ohio State get much into rhythm or into their identity that they wanted to do. 1 of 10 on 3rd down. 1 of 2 on 4th down, and it was a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense played well. But the reason it is only a good defense, not an elite defense, is because it didn't step up when it mattered the most. Nebraska takes the lead after a long drive. They finally get on the board with a touchdown. They go for 2, which was 100% the correct call. They get it. You're feeling good. First play of the next drive, Strick, explosive.
Big play.
Explosive. 37, 38-yard pass. Okay, so they're off and rolling. They put together their best drive of the day, and they convert. Okay, guess what? It's Ohio State. Their offense is going to get theirs. But the defense had a chance
to lock
it
down.
Its mark on the game. To go win the game for Nebraska. We'll get to the fact that 17 points is not enough to beat Ohio State. But while we're on the defense, they had a chance to fully rise to the occasion. What did I say on whether it's Friday or Saturday? Nebraska has to 100% capitalize. The defense 95% capitalized.
Yeah.
And it bit them in the end. It is a group that is good, that did some pretty historic stuff in the last decade and a half to Ohio State. And it still wasn't good enough. So I will not be told that this is an elite defense. Has moments of it, but an elite defense steps up and finds a way to make a stop.
Well, I think they had a chance, and I think it was Mekhi Bear. And
slip.
I'm like, where are you going? Like,
well, and Gifford went way inside on the zone read that Howard kept for a first down to keep the drive going.
Yeah. And one of the fastest receivers, Gifford, and you got no depth. Like, he got no depth on that pass to Smith. I think it was Smith. And
well, no, he just stood there.
He just stood there and let him run right by him.
He was trying to diagnose.
No depth.
Never saw Smith.
Bruh, that just can't happen. Those things can't happen. But anyway, Jim Philippi says, and yes, the refs missed some holding calls. It looked very reminiscent of some, Kansas City stuff. But but I can't fully blame that. There was definitely some missed calls though,
and we will get into that.
There.
Don't worry, we will get into that next segment because I really liked what Matt Rule had to say. Here's the other thing that I felt very vindicated about, Strick. Ball control offense did not work because Nebraska didn't score touchdowns.
Yeah.
I have been pounding this drum since we've done our show.
Yeah.
Okay.
They stink in the red zone.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It is not good.
That's got to change.
Strick, Nebraska held the ball for 35 minutes of game time against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Held the ball for 35 minutes. You run for 120 yards, sack adjusted, 142 yards at 4.7 yards per carry on Ohio State, a top 5, top 2 defense in the country.
Facts.
You controlled the ball, and it wasn't enough because you didn't capitalize with touchdowns because Ohio State scored from anywhere on the field. 285 total yards, 100 of them came on 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Basically, half of their yards came on the 3 explosive plays.
3 plays, yep.
Right? The 2 touchdowns and then the one to start that last scoring drive to Carnell Tate. It's great that Nebraska... See, Jim, you are proving my point. It kept Ohio State's offensive opportunities to a minimum. But what good did it do you? No good, because you settled for field goals. Credit John Hull for making them. That is a welcome development. And yes, maybe if Nebraska doesn't have that non-call or offensive pass interference on Nair down to the 2-yard line, maybe they score a touchdown, right? Reffing plays into it. My point is, it didn't matter that you limited Ohio State's opportunities because they made the most of them and you didn't. You can't just control the ball. You have to get 7 points on the board.
Here's another part. Who's the running back coach's name?
For Nebraska, E.J. Barthel.
E.J. Barthel, you need to be having film work done with the running back crew. You have to, and maybe this is a thing that they just have to innately have themselves, but there were multiple runs where I know it was supposed to go somewhere, but boy, was there a cutback there. I know you have a 40-inch plus vertical Dante Dowdell, but boy, oh boy, a jump cut left. You're walking. Everybody freaking dove down, and all you had to do was take that, and if your peripheries had any type of vision, you jump cut left with your physical ability, and there's there's no one stopping you at that goal line. No. But you left the best part of you vulnerable, and it wasn't there that time. The second time it was. First time it wasn't. So I'm watching film. I'm working drills. Teach them some form. I don't care if you come through a hole and you need to. There's something written on something over here, and there's something written over here. Left L. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to see that. Like I'm not even a coach of football. I would be working on those type of drills. I need you to see
the whole line of scrimmage.
Yeah, bro.
Nebraska's running back's shoulders, to the naked eye, to me, don't seem like they're square to the line of scrimmage very often. That's a tough way to see everything, right? Maybe the play's designed to go one way, but the best running backs, or Division I college running backs, should have enough vision, to see the entire line of scrimmage, at least tackle to tackle, or end of line of scrimmage, end of line of scrimmage, in terms of guys that are there. We just don't see that from Nebraska, Stricky.
Yeah. Our red zone. Hey, look again. I'm not drinking Kool-Aid, and I wasn't drinking Kool-Aid. I knew this was going to be a good team.
You're sipping that good meal.
I'm definitely sipping that meal. I knew this was going to be a good team. But again, I wanted to tamp down our expectations and make sure that it's incremental growth that we observe and that we see with this team. So it's the little things I want to see. I want to see consistency. I want to see a balance. I want to see growth individually, collectively, as a quarterback, as a coaching staff. I'm not expecting you. And yes, I thought that with your schedule, there was hope. No one expected Indiana to be this good.
Right.
And Indiana is a good freaking football team. So the fact that you took it, they're legit. They are legit. And we got to see it on display. You know, they could be the sleeper of the year getting into this playoff. It really could.
Yeah.
They're that good, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Jim on YouTube, again, you are proving my point. The ball control is what kept Nebraska in the game, but it didn't win them the game.
Fact.
That's what's got to matter, right? Yes, Nebraska played better. Yes, Nebraska elevated the standard and I would say took a step in the right direction, but they didn't win the game.
Yeah.
They didn't win the game.
And another opportunity slips away. Now it's 27, right?
Believe so. 0-7 with a chance to clinch bowl eligibility right now.
Man, that's I mean,
Not a
that's
good look.
painful, bro.
Not a good look. But
You got another. Come on.
But 4 more opportunities, Stricky.
Yeah.
Empty the tank against UCLA. You get a bye week. Then it's a 3-week sprint. Hey, you said you wanted to see consistency. You did consistently see screen passes. Let's talk about that in the reffing when we get back on the block.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer. Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on the block talking about consistency in officiating and in screen passes. That's where we're at. We know you have thoughts. Hit us with them, 402-464-5685, or on stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, up and rolling for you. Stricky, them refs, how about them?
Yeah, I talked about it. It definitely, there were some things that happened. And it's like, what are you looking at? Like, where are your eyes? I mean, definitely you hit Nebraska. Like, even Nebraska on some of those, they called a couple of offense. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's normal hand jostling. Like, that's the one you're going to call. And it's very rare that you get an offensive one, but that's the one you're going to call?
If you're going to get an offensive pass interference, either the guy shoves the DB to the ground or it's a pick play.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. So, but that's what happens. You got to go. That's the advantage sometimes you get when you go into somebody's home. This is why you've got to raise your level and raise your, what's the word I'm looking for?
You got to rise above. You got to find a way.
You got to find a way. It's going to happen. I mean, shoot, please believe me, it's happened. There's a lot difference when we're playing the Chicago Bulls and when we're playing the Atlanta Hawks. There's a lot different call. I'm sure there's a lot of teams in the NBA right now that would be saying the same things when they play the Lakers. What? Like, you called that and I got murked on the other side and you didn't call a doggone thing. So, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it happens. And that's the thing you got to overcome.
We had the offensive pass interference on Nair and then on Banks right down late at the end of the game. You had the ball that was ruled a catch by Isaiah Nair that got overturned. Nebraska's just got to go a little faster, get a playoff. They did it the week before, or a couple weeks before, when Jalen Lloyd had a catch. They ran up to the line, quick ran a play, and it was too late to do anything about. Offensive holding by Ohio State. Jamari Butler put in a headlock. We see the screenshot of that. Ja'Cory Barney maybe being held over the middle on a third down that they got away with as well. But Strick, Matt Rule obviously addressed it. The most egregious one in his eyes, and the Big Ten actually put a statement out about, was at the end of the first half. Emmett Johnson gets a first down. Ref spots the ball 2 yards back. Nebraska thinks they have the first down.
Right.
So they don't take their timeout because, like, okay, the clock is stopped to move the chains. It's going to take them a second. We're good. Then they figure out that, oh, crap, the clock's running. We have to sub in our heavy personnel on 3rd and 1.
To get this first down.
They get it. They keep their timeout. And to his credit, John Holt made the field goal, right? That's huge for him and for the confidence. But, man, that was after the pass interference all the way down there. 4 points potentially 4 points.
Yep, missed
It's a whole
opportunity.
different ballgame.
Yep.
Here's Matt Rule on the statement from the Big Ten, and he does bring up the offensive pass interferences that you were talked about. So here's about 2 minutes from Matt Rule.
Really controversial OPI in the Ohio State-Oregon game, right? And they call it offensive pass interference. And so what ends up happening is over the next couple of weeks, the officials, there's all these points of emphasis and all this stuff, and they're talking about OPI, and then all of a sudden we show up and we get 2 OPIs, on the last drive of the half and on the last drive of the game. Now, you guys have watched us. I don't know how many OPIs we've had this year, offensive pass interference. But these points of emphasis, that kind of hit you each week, something happens and we change the kickoff return mechanics. Like, as a coach, I can't change what an 18-year-old does or a 22-year-old does on 3 days' notice. We went through camp. We go through all the officiating training. Officials come to practice. We're told to do things a certain way. And then as the season goes on, as things happen, man, the officials have to adjust. But we have to adjust. And all of a sudden you get into a game like this and all this stuff happens. So I appreciate the transparency. I do want to make sure everyone understands where I stand, though. I advocate for the officials. I think we should let them call the game, and it shouldn't be all this. It shouldn't change as much as it does based upon this and that. We should just let them call the games and live with the result, right? Like we live with the players' result. So I appreciate that. Some tough things went against us. We've had replay go against us. We've had my penalties go against us. I don't want any more apologies on Sunday. Like, it can't happen against UCLA. Can't happen against Iowa. These things can't happen moving forward. And so I'm very forward thinking. I appreciate, Bill. I appreciate Tony. I appreciate Troy. I appreciate everybody. But it can't keep happening to us. It needs to be fair. And that's not about the guys making judgment calls. They got a tough job. I just want to tell us what the rules are, and we'll kind of go from there.
This can't keep happening. I'm tired of apologies. Yeah, I would think so. Nebraska's not the only team that's getting hosed, right? You watch enough college football, Stricky, it's been bad all across the country, probably for years as well. We watch more Nebraska than anyone else, so we're going to see more of these bad calls against Nebraska. But your biggest game of the day, well, depending how you view Oregon and Illinois, right? But the game that you chose with your biggest television partner to highlight, your 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern kick, that was a good game that comes down to the wire, was tangibly impacted by officiating, which is a problem. Here's the other problem, Stricky. We don't know about the accountability. Given how big of a game this was, how public it was, and how it took off nationally, I think this is an instance where the public deserves to know what the discipline is for this officiating crew.
Yeah, especially like that. Like, how do all those guys, there's multiple guys, but you have a field and a line judge, you have an umpire, you have a center judge and a referee. They may not be able to see it depending on how far downfield it is, but at least within a 5-yard time, space, they could probably see beyond.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things as a referee we used to have to do, right? There's things that, and just recently something happened where they had to change in the NBA. They had to change and add an extra point. It didn't affect the game. I think it was Golden State and
the game they put up 140 in Portland, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They had to add a point because you missed. So there's a lot of things that we're designed to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a foul. There's time when the foul happens. There's where the shot clock was when the foul happens. Is it a reset? Or is it a stay? Like, there's a whole bunch of things that trigger. And for that referee that it's right in front of your face to walk 1.5 yards back, that is like egregious. Like, he should be off on suspension. Like, it should be a couple. Like,
send him to the MAC.
Do you understand how much money they make?
So much.
They make
good money.
$3, $4, $5 grand a game, depending on your position or where you at, right?
Yeah.
Bruh, like, you cannot make that kind of error and get away with that. Like, what are you watching at that point? What? It's a running play.
You got one job.
What are you watching to put it 1.5 yards? You can understand a few inches. You can understand a foot.
And then the booth to not review it.
Like we did this or that on WTF. Do you like the Addams Family? or do you like Scooby-Doo? Huh? That was a moment. That
was
just
a rut
occurred
row,
right
right?
there. That was a rut row moment. And yeah, what is the accountability for that crew or that ref? I would love to know that.
Hey, speaking of accountability, Husker fans want accountability for all the dang screen passes that were thrown on Saturday. Let's hear from Matt Rule, then we'll give our thoughts.
You know, I'll be very humble when I say this. I completely understand why people are frustrated, right? Completely, you know. Same time, what I would say is you go block that front without throwing a couple screens and tell me, okay. I mean, they're dominant, absolutely dominant. There's some kids that feel really bad on our team because they see the heat that, like, you know, Sat's taking or I'm taking or whoever, and they know that they had a missed assignment. If they had blocked the man-to-man defender, the ball would have gone for about 50. So, you know, that being said, you know, you have some things built in, like, hey, we're running this play. If they bring zero blitz, throwing a screen. That's what kind of most people do. And they threw the screen and we just didn't make the block or whatever. So we look at everything like we have to be better as coaches. Like, it always starts with us. There's one thing you're not allowed to do in our building. You can never say the players weren't good enough. You can never say, oh, so-and-so, he's not good enough. So yeah, it wasn't good enough. The screen game wasn't good enough, you know, to have 2 on the final drive. You know, I can understand why people would be frustrated about that. You know, we came out and threw the go ball to Jamal and got the offense. He caught it. We have the ball on the 45-yard line. We got the offensive pass interference. We came out. We threw the backside in cut versus cover 2. You know, the targeting play. We get the ball. They came out. They played man. You know, we went to the screen. So I wish we could go back on those things. But yeah, I mean, the screen game hasn't been terrible for us, but it was not very good for us in that game. And you know, it's just one of those things come out of the game as coaches, and you're like, hey, we really thought going into that game we were going to need to be able to screen them because of their pass rush. Even plays like, you know, like we were putting Wood in motion and running as fast as we could and blocking their DN and handing the Bonner and handing the ball off. He missed one in a crucial time, but yet they weren't quite running up the field and rushing us as much as they were because they had to play the screens. They had to. So much of football to me is complimentary. There's things I really regret from that game. Some of the play calls we called, some of the defenses we called, you know, but that's ball, man. You know, so I don't know if that answers the question, but it wasn't good enough. It hurt us in crucial situations. We got to be better. We went into it with a plan, thinking we needed to be able to do that. And in the key moments at the end of the game, you know, it didn't work out.
Are you satisfied with that response from Matt Rule, Strick?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's part of the tamping down of the expectations. I think it's part of the growth. It's part of the becoming better. It's part of the learning. Not only just the players. I think the exposure, especially on the outside of not blocking. Now, here's where I say I saw even growth within that game. Banks got murked a couple times by their cornerbacks, and it literally blew up plays.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw there was one time where he made a crucial block that opened up a play. So it to me, yes.
The one he hit the safety on for the run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to me, there's, you know, I the one thing, I think the kids care. I think they get it. And I saw that. So for me, I'm comfortable with that answer.
I think multiple things can be true. Maybe Nebraska did go back to the well one too many times with the screens, but they also might have been the right call at the right time, and the players just didn't block it. You know, everything can be true. Some reps, it's the wrong call. Some reps, the players missed their assignment and whatever, right? And Matt Rule has said multiple times the last couple of weeks, he's not going to put it on the players, right? If something goes wrong, it's on the coaches. They're there to take responsibility. Matt Rule says that if you say players don't execute, you're passing the blame off on them, and that's not what he wants to do. But sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's not coaching. Sometimes it is coaching. It all works together, and the problem is that it's not consistently one or the other. Because I can see where Matt Rule's saying, yeah, this should have worked. Other people would make the exact same call in this situation, but had to stop there and not throw the players under the bus. Other times, you're putting your players in a bad position, or you're making it too easy to diagnose, right? Mm-hmm. You've harped on creativity. Strick, when did we see Nebraska ever open up to the right and then come back left with the screen? Or vice versa. Or try something a little bit different. Like, you're in week 8.
Tight end screen. Like,
something.
Not the tight end flat
not horizontal
pass,
with
not the
Fedoni,
Ja'Cory Barney. Like everybody and their mom knows when the Ja'Cory Barney
screen
flat screen.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, give me something else. Everything you've done is on film, and now good teams like that is diagnosing that stuff. Indiana diagnosed that stuff. Give me something. Like even on even the play that they scored on, they ran the same play. Lined up Ty Robinson on the right. They just happened to get a little bit more push that time. Why not a pull? A show and pull. Like if just think about if Raiola would have showed and pulled, he could have did the moonwalk into the end zone. That's how open it was, right? I don't see any of that. Like Raiola used his legs because he had to. And there's teams that know they don't have quarterbacks that can do that even every now and then give you that just to keep you honest.
Yeah.
Just to put something that gives the end a possibility that it can happen.
We don't want to give up 5 yards.
They weren't.
No, they won't bite as hard.
Yeah, it's. I don't know, man. I mean, let the football guys talk in depth because I don't think Sat has the creativity for me to. And I'm being honest, I'm not being nasty. I don't know if he has the creativity for me to take this offense to another level because there's teams out there that don't have nearly the talent base that a Nebraska has, but I've seen more creativity. I've seen more creativity in Navy's freaking option offense than I've seen in Nebraska's. And they running the option. You know what I'm saying? Like, they running it, but there's so much counter creativity, misdirection. There's a little bit of everything in that. And yeah, that's the part I think that's frustrating to me is that I can diagnose stuff for Nebraska. I ain't seen nothing yet where I'm like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen something, okay, good. Ooh, wait, what was that? I ain't seen nothing yet. And tell me if I'm lying. 402-464-5685. Have you seen anything creative? Like I could have drawn up a couple of plays that would have, did a little something.
Contemplating whether or not I should make this next point. Let's go to break. We'll think about it. We'll wrap up hour one on some Nebraska, Ohio State when we get back.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street, family owned and operated, always the best value.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One final segment for hour one of On the Block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland with you. Brought to you by our friends at Nebco. Check them out at nebcoinc.com if you're trying to start your new career today. They're hiring for constructors and ready-mix concrete at the very least. But again, everything you need to know is at nebcoinc.com. All right, Stricky. Nebraska wants to be a program that gets all the juice out of the orange or the lemon, right? If Nebraska's going to squeeze, it wants all the juice. It's not going to leave any on there. I think it's fair to say Nebraska is not getting all of the play calling juice out of Marcus Satterfield and his salary. He's a top 10 paid offensive coordinator in the country. You're not getting top 10 results. Something doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. Who am I to talk about financials? Don't begrudge him. Get your money, right? I'm not saying Marcus Satterfield is going to take a pay cut for the good of the program, right? Nor should he. If you're going to get paid $1 million and more to do this, okay, congratulations. Good for you. But man, it's a tough look when you're not giving that level of results and you're compensated like that. It's tough.
And again, you have a track record, right? All right. So here's why I say what I'm saying. There's a lot of white noise no pun intended. There's just a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, just since we're in the season, let me just kind of mention it this way. You have the election going on, obviously, right? One side, you have them feeling a certain way about another, and they're giving their explanations, and there's a lot of noise. Another side, same thing. They're giving a lot of noise. They're talking about the other side in a way, so forth and so on. But here's the thing that you have, right? You have track records. You have records. One has been in office. One has been in office.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, you have a record. Satterfield now has a record of how many years?
Well, a year and a half at Nebraska, probably 5 or 10 at least.
But I'm saying,
well, 2 at Nebraska, year and a half.
definitely 2 in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. In South Carolina before that.
And what you haven't seen in the 2 years when you needed it most, especially last year, is you didn't see a dynamic offense. Okay, you can give him credit for that. Just like in politics, you can, things and circumstances in Senate and Congress, they can do certain things that can maybe eliminate, hinder, stop, block things from happening. Mm-hmm. What blocked Satterfield from his record being totally explored and dug into was the fact that he didn't really have a quarterback.
Right. And, the offense wasn't good last year, but we gave him credit for doing the most we thought he could with what he had. Mm-hmm.
But what I always knew is I said, this isn't just straight line, make excuse, show some creativity from week to week, add some element from week to week, put in some plan from week to week. And I never once saw it. You saw the defense though. You knew Tony White. He was, and deservingly so, got a raise. You even see Tony White this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still worth what he's. Now, I'm not going to say who's worth what and who's not. That's a determining factor for the Coach Rule and all of that. But what I'm saying is now you've got a quarterback. Now what's your excuse is going to be? You want to know?
What's it going to be, Stricky?
Oh, he's too young to handle and explore the depth and the
He made some freshman reads.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got baked in another excuse, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. There's so many other things that you can do in the creative department that's even simplified. You know what I'm saying? Yes, things like for Raiola, yes, you missed a hot read. You hit that hot read, he's running for days.
Well, guess what? He hit it then later in the game.
So that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. He got there.
So you've got a quarterback that has the capability, seeing, observing, growing, even within a game.
Mm-hmm.
So don't, I'm not buying it. So that's what I'm saying.
You got 2 upperclassmen transfer wide receivers.
Right.
Got a, third, fourth year tight end, which, hey, speaking of, you brought this up during break, Wither Carter Nelson.
Yeah. Where can a Carter Nelson be?
Where could he be?
Where?
With his 7-foot high jump and.
But again, when you implemented him with some form of a means by which to use him, you got a result. Yeah. Big touchdown led to a win.
Mm-hmm.
He disappears.
Well, he's just a freshman. He's not ready.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting.
Let's go to break. We'll keep your Husker thoughts coming here on the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. We'll dive into that in a fascinating weekend of college football that's behind us. He's Strick. I'm Austin. This is On the Block, brought to you by NEPCO.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Starter Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Starter Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
We are back here during On the Block at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Never mind the stream banner. Our video computer just went down. So I am working on getting video back so you can see our lovely faces, our beautiful mugs. At least Stricky's, right? I got the radio face, Stricky. Or no, I got the radio face, but also the TV voice. So you got both. I got the reverse.
Now, see, the thing is, I don't have the voice. I don't think my voice is so raspy. I don't think it's a TV.
I think it's working for you.
I don't think it's a TV or radio voice for sure. Now, maybe this little mug. This mug was in a magazine at one time, so maybe modeling was my thing in a former life. But I just like being in here with you, my guy, getting a chance to and we're almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We're close.
Yeah, January.
Would you say, let me ask this question. Would you say that a time like this, Austin, late fall, because think about it, we're late in October now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, early fall. I mean, let me say that. Would you say that the weather for this time is unusual and is a setup for something harsh in the winter?
Ooh, I hope not.
I hope not.
Hey, the last time we had a harsh winter, the cap to my engine froze and would reheat and then refreeze and then reheat. The cap blew up. I got oil all over my engine. I had to get a new car. Granted, I was parking outside the whole time, but yeah, miss me with that.
Yeah, I'm looking at an all-wheel drive car now myself. I'm looking because there was a couple of moments I had to call you a couple of times. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. Look, I got my car in Florida. There's no way that rear wheel. Dang, that's a tongue twister.
Rear wheel
drive. Did I say rear wheel? Okay, drive. It does not work in Nebraska. It does not work with ice, black ice, snow.
Them potholes.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. So I'm in the process of looking right now.
Eric says, pause. And second of all, Strick's got a voice for the court. Not the recording studio.
Definitely not the court. No. For the court, yeah, it's very loud and boisterous and you can hear it. It's gravelly. So there it goes out and it finds its way to the ears of the people that it needs to find its way to. It doesn't matter how loud somebody's cheering. I can go into an auditorium and still, but it's very raspy.
But it works.
I don't like it.
Ricky, love yourself.
I love myself.
Love yourself.
I love myself. I don't like my voice.
Love your voice, Ricky. Lean into it. It's you. It's you.
Because I'm telling you, if I could sing, I'd be on the stages like Jodeci.
Get on the mic and just bust?
Ooh, yeah. I'd be up there. Woof.
Ooh, baby, I love your way.
Oh, man, you're worse than me. I thought I was bad.
I was trying to be bad there, Stricky. Come on now. I was hoping you would join in. Instead, you left me out on an island. You're the type of point guard
baby, I
that gives
love
your
your
center,
way
who's just crossing
every
half court, the ball
day.
with
I
3
just
seconds
fucking-
left on
and
the,
now
half,
you're
on the
yelling
shot
at me.
clock.
Let's move on.
College
Where we
football.
at? Let's go.
Big weekend in college football. Let's just start at the top, Stricky.
Let's get it.
Oregon dominates Illinois in the first half, 35-3 after 30 minutes. Dylan Gabriel, second in college football history now in career passing touchdowns, 18-26, 291 through the air for those 3 touchdowns. Tez Johnson, 6 for 102 and a tutty. Illinois looked outclassed in this one, right? They hung with some good teams. Oregon said, nope, not happening today. See ya.
No doubt. No, they left no question, and they look good all the way across the board, both on the defense and the offensive side. They just look like they were a better team.
Flip side of that, Penn State needed all 4 quarters to pull away from Wisconsin. That was a 10-7 game in favor of the Badgers at half. 14-13 Penn State entering the final stanza. They end up pulling away 28-13. But Stricky, it was without Drew Aller, who is officially questionable for this week against Ohio State. Bo Pribula, the backup, comes in. He helps Penn State to win the game.
Can't do that next week. You better hope. You better hope whatever is ailing him or was hurting. You better hope. Look, the next few weeks, I think without having Aller available, with Washington is one of those. I told you, Washington's like Six Flags. One, you get on the Giant or whatever the Six Flag big roller coaster is. You get on it and you're gonna go for an up and down ride, and they're capable on any given night to have their best game, and they're capable on any given night to have their worst. So that's a dangerous trap game. But I don't think anything else the rest of the season can hurt or hinder them if they're able to get by. And this is the time. Like, look,
now or never.
This is your time to change your whole narrative about who you are as a Nittany Lion, because you've taken the L, and you've been just the wicked stepsister for, and you're not even Cinderella, because you just left up in the dungeon. Like, you don't even get a shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're below Cinderella.
Yeah, the witch don't even come to visit you, because you're not her. You know what I'm saying? But this is it. I think if you don't do it this time, I don't know when you're gonna do it.
Would you feel more confident with Aller? He's had plenty of cracks at Ohio State and hasn't gotten it done before, Stricky.
Yeah, but what was his name this week?
Bo Pribula.
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 Unless he has an enlightenment in his game, I would be worried about that one.
But for Penn State, it's the run game, Strick, that they depend a lot on. Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton, between them, 23 carries for 135 yards against Wisconsin. Ohio State's had a pretty good rush defense this year, but again, Nebraska ran for 4.7 yards per carry when you adjust for sacks against the Badgers. I don't know how much Penn State is going to have to rely on Bo Pribula, right? Penn State's going to want to put this game in the hands of the defense. It's going to want to lean on its 2 stud running backs. And they got an offensive coordinator, Andy Kotelnicki from Kansas, who's done some creative stuff, right? I think that Penn State will put Bo Pribula in position to succeed. But Strick, I think Penn State's getting Ohio State at a bad time. Second week after a bye week, and had their eyes opened by Nebraska, right? Ohio State would tell you they weren't overlooking Nebraska, but Penn State's going to Ohio State's going to go to Happy Valley, go to Penn State and say, we own these guys mentally. We know if it's tight, we know we're going to make a play. We know they're going to miss on a play. I think Ohio State is extremely confident heading into Happy Valley.
Facts. And I don't even need to talk about it. Facts. That's just absolute facts. And we'll talk about that on Thursday.
Hey,
WTF.
There you go. Vandy almost did it again, Stricky.
They almost got what?
Bad first quarter dooms them.
They almost got what? Another one. They almost got another one.
Ewers was good, 288 yards and 3 tutties through the air. Vandy's defense still played pretty well, though, I thought. Strick, only giving up 27 to Texas. The offense hung in there, bounced back in the second half. How crazy would that have been in Nashville had Vandy taken down Bama and then Texas in the same year?
That would have been phenomenal. Pavia played well for the most part. Wasn't very consistent in the pass game. Couple interceptions. Same thing with yours. Like, it was just which team was going to make the least of the mistakes at the most inopportune time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very inopportune for Vandy to make it at the stage that they made theirs. And give credit to Texas. They took advantage of it, of the mistake in the timely manner. One of the things that they also did is they shut down running lanes for Pavia.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give credit to the defense and the adjustments that they made, where early on he had some great running lanes and made a lot of plays with his feet, and didn't do as much in the second half of things, enough to keep them within striking range. But when it mattered and when it counted, big turnover.
LSU leads at halftime. A&M turns to a backup quarterback, sprints away.
Bro!
5 straight scoring possessions, I believe is what it was for Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Elko with some comments after the game.
And he started the year.
Marcel Reed. Yeah.
Yes.
I think LSU's out of the playoff. A&M.
Did we talk about that?
I think we did.
There was a couple teams that we did talk about this game. If they lose,
the elimination game.
Mm-hmm.
I think LSU's done. A&M's coasting till Thanksgiving weekend when they get Texas at home, Stricky.
Oh, that's
watch out for them Aggies in year 1 under Mike Elko.
That's going to be huge. Oof. That's going to be huge. Marcel Reed gives them a different dynamic.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. I feel that Wegman, he's not. He's maybe more one-dimensional, maybe 2 dimensions. But Marcel Reed showed 3 dimensions for me. Great reads, great feet, and was able to even make the throw when he needed to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the OC sitting upstairs, I really do believe that his style that he has equipped Texas A&M to be fits more with Marcel Reed. And it's just one of those things where I think the head coach maybe overrid him a little bit. I personally think, because it was like he was ready. Like soon, it was like he lit up like a Christmas tree in the booth, like, oh yeah, this is now we go. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. It was like a major shift once he came in the game.
Who's more real as a program moving forward, A&M or Indiana?
I'd probably say A&M.
Ooh.
But I think Indiana is building something. Again, I don't want to say that now because I've seen Michigan State. I've seen the Mel Tucker type situation. And guess what Indiana mostly is?
Transfers.
And so I want to see, because remember, we talk about how do what do you do to build a solid team and foundation? You have to do it still by way of putting those younger players in your system, training them up, retaining them, and letting them look at, just like your child Beckett. Little Herbie looks up at you every day, and your wonderful wife looks up at you guys, and he's like, he's learning. He's learning this. He's learning that. What can I do? What can I do? How much I can stretch? Those young men need to see that. And when you just have a bunch of, because transfers sometimes can usurp the order and they can cause an imbalance. And, anytime you interject something just look at the anatomy of your body. If there's something injected into the anatomy of your body that is not familiar or shouldn't be there, it'll start to reject it and it'll cause disease, and disease begins to affect you. So that's the same thing in life.
Yeah.
You interject something into the system, it can cause an issue. It can cause a problem. And that's what I think the transfer portal, not that it is an issue and it's a problem, but it can be a piece to putting that into the mix.
Yeah. But it can't be the whole puzzle.
No.
Mud Dog says Cignetti is not Mel Tucker. Didn't a lot of the transfers come from his previous staff at James Madison? Yeah, I think 10, 12 players did.
Yeah, but there still was
guys,
transfers. Most of the team is transfers.
I think the question is, how long will he be at Indiana?
Right.
He's 63. Not old, not young. Is he a guy that gets a call? I mean, he was at Alabama, right? We heard all about that a couple weeks ago. Nebraska played Indiana. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is going anywhere. I think he's done a pretty solid job at Alabama, at least for now. Programs are going to come calling, Strick.
An SC program would probably come at him. Guess who's open? Probably. Auburn. Florida. I don't think South Carolina's there yet. I don't think Arkansas is there yet.
Says USC.
You think so?
I don't.
I wouldn't go there.
I don't see it.
I
get where you're coming from, but I don't see it. He says Oklahoma.
Possibly.
I can see Oklahoma.
I can see that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he would get a look.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess why? Everything he's done, anywhere he's gone, he has what I say earlier, a record.
Mm.
And his record has not had a losing record.
Google me, I win.
Throughout his tenure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a team that's looking for a good coach to come in and establish and set up, and guess what happens? A lot of those guys come with him. His staff is, they've been with him for a long time.
Portable.
Hey, wherever you go, my guy, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm in. No questions asked.
And then boom. So you're not losing anything. And guess what? Probably some of those Indiana players. Oh, word? I'm out too. I mean, it's
not that Norman is special.
It's a cycle. But here's the thing. Out of those teams we just named, what would be the best location, you think, for you? This is your question. Since you've been asking all the questions today, I'm throwing one at you.
See, I kind of see Cignetti as the builder, the build it up from the base. I don't know how well he would fare to traditional blue blood. I could see him.
So I
Auburn.
write off Oklahoma.
I could see him in Opelika.
My man. See.
We're at it. Look at us.
We here.
We're about it.
I said the same thing. I thought I could see it in Auburn. And it's a program that's down, that's
little brother.
Right? And he likes that underdog kind of flow. I couldn't see him going to USC. It just wouldn't make sense to me. I don't think California is like his kind of blood. Oklahoma would feel like, but I would look at that as a recruiting nightmare.
Oh boy.
But boy,
Florida
if I
too.
get down in the heart of Alabama with Mississippi and Florida right there and Georgia right in it, and I'm a fun style of coach, and you just saw what I was at, bruh. I would be looking down there. That's my thought.
I feel Indiana does beat Washington 31-17 to continue their perfect season. The Hoosiers are 8-0 now. Navy turns the ball over 6 times against Notre Dame. First fumbles of the year at a bad time. Bama all over Missouri, 34-0. The Tide roll the Tigers. Kansas State back from the brink. Score 6 points in the fourth quarter to beat Kansas. Stricky, Kansas is 2-6 with a plus 43-point differential.
It's unbelievable.
Or look at it this way. You take out their win against the FCS team that they played. They're 1-6 with a minus 2-point differential.
Yeah. So that was just the run up
cow.
of that FCS game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still only minus 2 in 6 losses.
In 6 losses. Yeah. That's looking very much like what?
You've seen it down the street. You've seen it down the street. Ole Miss fights off Oklahoma 26-14 Rebs. But Stricky, how about this one? Duke goes plus 6 in the turnover margin and loses to SMU. Gets a field goal block at the buzzer.
Bro.
They were plus 6.
Dang, bro. SMU, there's some mojo going on down there.
7-1.
There's some mojo going on down there. Keep your eye out.
Miami, SMU, and Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
3-way race.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Florida State because they're bad. And Nebraska might be getting a flip.
He's done.
From a Florida State commit. Let's talk about it with Brian Munson of Husker Online when we get back to On the Block. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. 0% with roof credit.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as painting and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back on the block, Strick and Austin with you. It's 3:30 on a Monday, which means we're headed to our VIP line brought to you by Aloe Fiber. That's where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. We welcome in Brian Munson of Husker Online. Brian, how are you? How's your Monday going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Let me just ask you this. How much of your good vibes are from Amari Cooper?
Obviously, I mean, I didn't catch a lot of the Buffalo game. I was busy with my son at a football camp, but I caught the tail end of it. I think Buffalo played a pretty complete game, and I think my vibes from all of that this weekend are the fact that they went on the road and almost like converted one of the toughest places to play in the NFL into like almost like a Buffalo home game. It was pretty wild at the end, like to have the crowd be so supportive of Buffalo. I mean, I know they travel well, there's no doubt about it, but feeling good right now. I don't understand. The one thing I don't understand what's going on in the NFL right now. I mean, I'm obviously incredibly biased. I'll admit it. I think Josh Allen should be at the top of everybody's list for MVP. No one is talking about him. Everybody's talking about Goff, and with good reason. But I mean, Josh just threw his first pick of the entire season, and they are 5-2, and probably should be 6-1. And I know that they got to figure out some things on defense to beat a team like Baltimore. But gosh, Cleveland just did it.
Right, Cleveland, the Browns.
I know, and good for Winston too, man.
Yeah.
I'm really rooting for that guy to rejuvenate himself there in Cleveland, man. He's got a great opportunity.
Well, unfortunately for you, Brian, too, your biggest competition in the AFC was bolstered today. Your division rival Patriots trade with the Chiefs for a 6th-round pick. Everyone hates everyone. What's going on?
I saw that, and I tell you what, I've been given my one Patriots fan. That's all anybody can take. You can only have one friend that's a Pats fan. They are so unbearable. But this guy, I told him, I said, even the Jets are out tanking the Patriots right now. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, what is it right now? They scored 20 plus points, didn't turn it over, allowed fewer than 250 yards. And in NFL history, teams are 750-1 when generating that type of box score. The only loss was the Jets on Sunday.
Jets.
That is a stat line right there. That's one to go ahead and write home about. Good job, Jets.
They did it. Brian, let's flip to college football. Just your takeaways from Nebraska, Ohio State. What's maybe the biggest thing or two that stood out to you from Saturday?
Well, I mean, after allowing that big touchdown catch in the first quarter, they never lost composure. They never checked out. They, you kind of felt like maybe things might flip, back for them. The defense played all 4 quarters. Offense played incredibly well. The questionable play calling. I know people are picking on the screen passes a lot. I get it. I saw the officials' apology for the spot there on Johnson's run. I don't even know how he came up with that line. There was only basically somebody's legs from basically below the knee back past the 40 for him to spot where he was spotting at. There was nobody laying there. I didn't understand that at all. And then the offensive PIs and the inconsistency with when people were leaving for the procedure calls. I have felt, I'd say over the course of 10, 12, 15 years, that there's always been like one call or a couple of calls that have just stuck and just been like, I cannot believe, that call is what you'll go back and point to about that game. But I mean, that one on Saturday was just, it was even worse. It was just it was a whole series of them. And I think that there's a lot for this team to feel good about. I mean, obviously they're 7.5 point favorites this weekend against a UCLA team that finally tasted a little bit of success, a week ago. I think obviously UCLA is very talented. I think that Nebraska got a great shot of confidence. I know there's no moral victories, and I agree with that. You're trying to win ball games. Can you feel good about it? Can you be proud? Sure. But you don't turn back around and smile and say the job is done. You know, however, that you're on the right path to being successful. And that I think is very critical. Now, here's my other thought about what happened on Saturday. I'm not sure Ohio State's the best team in the Big Ten. I am going to be Indiana and Ohio State square off, don't they? or won't they? Later
Yes,
on down the line?
Indiana has both Ohio State and Michigan remaining.
I will be glued to that television set when Indiana and Ohio State play. I don't even care where it's at. I don't. I think Indiana, after what I saw anyway, I really feel like that's a different team this year. I don't know how else to kind of summarize it, but I think that's going to be a very interesting game. Michigan, I love Alex Orji. My son played with him down here in high school, and we love the whole entire family. I hope he has nothing but success up there, but obviously that's a team that's not like what they were a year ago, and they're still trying to find that identity, and I'll be rooting for Alex in that game too. But man, Indiana, that just kind of contrasting those two games since it was kind of back-to-back weeks, right? I mean, that's been an interesting kind of thing to kind of digest a little bit.
Brian, how much do you trust that Nebraska has turned that mental corner? Even though it was a loss, right? I feel like a win, would always do more for a team's confidence than a loss would. But obviously, you said 7.5-point favorites for the Huskers against UCLA.
Yeah.
What, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you? What's your trust level that, hey, this actually was, despite the loss, a step in the right direction for the program, and they're not going to take 2 steps back from it this time?
A 9.2. I'm giving it all the way into the 9.2 range.
Okay.
They're scoring an A, regardless of it being a 90%, 10% scale or a 92% scale, get into the A- range. I really feel like, first of all, they came out of that pretty unscathed too.
Yeah.
They're healthy. And I know that they're, still waiting on what's going to happen with Hill, kind of moving forward. It sounds like Ramir's back, so that's good to kind of get another person back there in the offensive backfield there with Raiola. Raiola gets a chance to, take advantage of the other team, feeling some pressure, and takes off and becomes a runner. So I think that, he's exploring the space, and he's understanding more and more about the game. And, and you don't need to be, like I said before, you don't need to be Harvard. You don't need to be Joe Gans. You don't need to be, Taylor Martinez to be effective running the football. You just have to know when to do it. And then really it all comes down to just setting yourself up for the next play. If you can get a first down, great. If you can set up second and short, third and short, great. Don't take a hit. Don't put yourself at risk. Get down, get out of bounds, take what you can get, and be sure to just get ready to go on the next down. Just don't put yourself at risk. So I think he did a fantastic job of doing that. I know that there was a hit late in the fourth quarter where it looked like he kind of took one on the shoulder. It looked like a straight on into that shoulder, like almost like it could be like a contusion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think it was too much like to be too serious, but the way he was letting it hang, like almost like the shoulder might have went just like dead. Like you can hit it in such a way to where you get the face mask on that point of that shoulder, and it just kind of goes numb and falls. So it's not really like a stinger necessarily, but you can get that to where you take a punch so hard that it just kind of makes the whole thing kind of go numb. So I'd be very interested, of course, to make sure you get the treatment on that, but I don't think it's a long-term situation there. I thought he looked pretty good, and I think they're ready for UCLA, man. I think that's going to be this will get them bowl eligible this weekend.
All right, Brian, you said you're 9.2 confident that Nebraska has mentally turned the corner. Are you 9.2 out of 10 confident that Chase Lofton has mentally turned the corner from Florida State to Nebraska?
I've only been talking about it. I don't even know now. Gosh, it's going to be Halloween this week. I've been talking about him in Nebraska. Oh, man, I'm rubbing my eyes thinking about it. I have to go back to my 3 and out or my tunnel talk in September, early to mid-September, where I started talking about it, that I felt like this was, primed for poaching. And it's flipping season. I mean, it's what the words are that we're using, all on 3 Network right now, is it's flipping season. So I feel like this is a very positive indicator for Nebraska. We mentioned, I think before, just kind of the difficult season that, Florida State had in front of them. And what Mike is just having a rough go of it down there. And we were laying out like all the games, even like in October and November, that they had in front of them. It's just like, there's just no way to kind of consider them to be favorites for that one. So I think that this is a big get for Nebraska. I mean, if you look at what Nebraska's got in the class currently, like with Bear Tenney is a monster, aggressive blocking tight end. He does not have great offensive stats, despite the fact that athletically, he's pretty much a freak. And he could be that kind of guy that could put his hand in the dirt and play tight and go ahead and be a pass-catching tight end. But he gets after it when it comes to blocking. And that's what he's being really recruited to do, is to kind of be the guy that's going to set the edge. Therefore, getting a Lofton in the class, I'm going to write my 3 out about this. Getting a Lofton in the class makes a lot of sense. Lofton is a 215, 220-pound guy. He's long. He's a 6'4", 6'5" guy. But he's, kind of more Carter Nelson kind of sized, right? And not maybe that peak athletic kind of freak that Carter was. But I would give you this. I think he's a little bit more polished as a route runner. And I think that was definitely, you can kind of point to his experience and when he picked up the offer from OU at the camp, a year ago. I think that says a lot about what he was able to do down there. With Venables is going to offer you at a summer camp, you were impressive. There's no other reason to go ahead and doubt that kid. And he's having a heck of a year. Even through 8 games, I went through and did the stats just on him on Tono Talk on Friday, comparing him and Isaac Jensen. I think Nebraska can get both those guys, Jensen and next year and Chase this year. That's huge. But what this means also for what Nebraska's done with the class, like the in-state recruits, to lock them down the way that they did, because it wasn't looking good for Jones and it didn't look good for Lofton. Pretty big turnaround for Rule and crew. Pretty big one.
What do you attribute the late pushes to from Nebraska? What got them back in the game and pushed them over the edge?
I think that the genuine side of them always seems to win. It's the winning play when you're not standing on some sort of propped up idea. You're standing on your values. You're standing on the way things are, not the way you want things to be. You're not having to go ahead and talk out of both sides of your mouth. I think that Chase can talk to Christian Jones. I think he can go talk to other people. And obviously he's been getting the recruiting attention, to kind of reinforce him coming back and taking another look and ultimately potentially ready to flip to Nebraska. I think that what it really comes down to is just, this is a group that takes recruiting very, very seriously. And I think that they made sure that even after, he does this and commits to going to Tallahassee, that they didn't stop. And I think that that's one of those things you get to wonder about, when I get to be a player in that program, how are those guys going to think about me? How are those guys going to treat me then? Guess what? I just got a great indicator. The last 5 months, I've been off the board, committed to Florida State. Now I'm ready to flip back because these guys haven't stopped a minute. And I think that that's awesome. I think it just says everything you need to hear about keeping players home, which is still the biggest priority for Matt Rule by far when it comes to recruiting.
Brian, we haven't seen Nebraska at home since the 14-7 win against Rutgers. Been kind of building to this UCLA weekend as a recruiting kind of touch point before the stretch run here. What's on tap for Nebraska going into the UCLA week before a bye?
Yeah, there's going to be some dudes here. I think obviously the 2:30 start, the afternoon start is going to be helpful. Maybe the last big recruiting weekend of the year. It really depends what happens with the Wisconsin weekend. So you are going to get Chase Lofton into town, right? So big one to get there. The last time I talked to Houston Torres from Hawaii, the Nebraska commitment, he was coming up this weekend. I believe that St. Louis High School is done for their season. So it would make sense if he's able to get back this week, possibly. And then you have Kamari Moore coming in, Lee Summit North, the defensive tackle, the recent decommitment from Oklahoma. I think that would then signal to me that Isaiah Mosey is going to be coming in. Juju Marks, the most recent commitment for Nebraska, the 6'7", 260-pound-ish offensive tackle from Olathe South. He will be there. Again, I think there'll be a few more guys coming in for the 2025 group. So don't be too surprised if like a Jordan Allen shows up there from Buford. It's possible that happens. But if you get into like the 2026 group, you got Braden Wilmus, who's a 6'8", 270-pound offensive tackle junior from Lawrence, Kansas. Drayden Punt from Iowa, Orange City, Iowa. He's a big-time edge. And then you get into the 2027 group, you start talking about a kid down here in Texas, Ethan Feaster from DeSoto. Obviously played with Buford last season. He is the number 1 rated player in the state for 2027 and the number 1 rated wide receiver in the country that year. So pretty big-time recruit right there for Nebraska to get a chance to host this fall.
So if you're Nebraska, do you shoot the wad on UCLA weekend? Do you keep a little in the bank just in case you have some guys for Wisconsin?
I think that Nebraska has to be very aware that this is going to be, potentially their last big recruiting weekend, because I just don't know how long you can kind of continue to roll the dice and think you're going to get one of those friendly start times. So now that you have a start time like this, get them in. Make sure you get it. The chances are the weather will be better regardless. You get any deeper, you keep rolling the dice a little bit more with game time or weather or whatever. So I think Nebraska has to try to get them in. Plus, feel a little bit better about UCLA than I do about Wisconsin. Actually, you know what else is kind of cool? Braden Locke, quarterback at Wisconsin, was my son's quarterback.
No way.
In high school. Yeah. So he's got ties to 2 Big Ten quarterbacks. Pretty wild. So, yeah, I think I'd feel better about UCLA right now.
There you go. Brian, as always, we appreciate your time. We point people to Husker Online to check you out at Brian Munson _ on Twitter as well. Have a great rest of your week. We'll catch up on UCLA and how the weekend went for the Huskers next week.
Sounds good, guys. We'll talk soon.
That's Brian Munson, who joined us on our VIP line, brought to you by our great friends at Allo Fiber. That's where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. I myself am an Allo Fiber customer. It works like a charm. Haven't had issues with it in my house for 2.5 years now. So, yeah, highly recommend our friends at Allo Fiber. We'll go to break. We'll wrap things up here during On the Block right after this.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Starter Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Starter Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys!
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 29th is $1 off per pound on New York strips. Spend $50 and get a free brick of ground beef and 25% off on tea. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up On the Block. Big thanks again to Brian Munson for stopping by, chatting some Cruton with us here. Check that out on the podcast later tonight if you haven't. Or once we're done, just rewind the show. It's right there for you. Wherever you watch it on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, just hit the little rewind button, get your way back through the interview in case you missed anything. But he's Strick back with me here. Stricky, is D-Wade your boy?
No.
Well, he's someone's boy, and someone's boy probably wants their money back for that statue. Stricky, that's bad, man. Like, I'm not even like a D-Wade guy. Like, not a big D-Wade guy, but like, they did him dirty.
Bruh.
Dirty. That was bad.
Bruh.
That was bad.
I wouldn't want to look at that statue even if it was a statue of me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing, right? You go down to Memorial Stadium and you look at the statue of Tom Osborne. It kind of has a favorability of Tom Osborne. You know what I mean? It was well done. I went more than a playoff game, but I happened to walk into a playoff game one time through Victory Park, and I saw the statue of. I was actually there for his unveiling, not of the statue, but of the street. I was there for that. And so you walk down, Nowitzki Way and
Nowitzki
Way, and you see the statue, and it resembles Dirk.
Shaq looks like Shaq.
You know what I'm saying?
Kobe looks like Kobe.
Jordan looks
like Jordan.
But whatever the beep that was, that was absolutely horrendous. It looked like let me tell you who it looked like. It looked like a slimmed down version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. If you watch Ghostbusters, it looked like a slimmed down or anorexic.
Oh my gosh!
Lost weight is on his Ozempic or whatever that stuff is.
Yeah.
Ozempic version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Can D-Wade call the Ghostbusters to help with that?
Man, they need to. Matter of fact, it looked like a slim version of what's the green ghost. Y'all, I know y'all.
The
402-464 help Strick. Yeah, I know y'all know it. The green one that be in all of them that always is eating the hot dogs and he's running away. Slimer.
Yeah.
He looked like Slimer with his mouth open.
Was it better or worse than the Cristiano Ronaldo statue? Do you remember that one?
That was kind of
tricky.
Shaky. Major shaky on that one.
Why are the sculptors of today worse than the guys who had a hammer in their fingers? Like, it'd be so much easier to be Michelangelo today. We can't do it. What went wrong in the world, Stricky?
I don't know. I think they're just lazy, man.
Dang. You have to go back to statues out of rock instead of out of metal? Is that the key?
Shout out to my guy downtown, Albert Maxey Sr. Maxey Sr. would have did a better job than what they did.
Hey,
he hooked Stricky up. He framed Stricky up. Shout out to him. But I don't know, man. I'm like, how can you look at that and visually think that was A-okay?
Or B okay or C okay? Yeah, no.
I don't get it, but it was wild. Definitely wild.
Yeah. Whoever
that is, you need NIL money back for that deal.
Oh man. There's a problem.
Major.
And that's from the Heat. Like, that's a good organization,
too. Right.
That's the best they could get.
Kind of artsy down there a little bit.
A little bit. Not artsy enough, though.
Yeah. Terrible.
Good stuff today, Stricky.
Yeah, man. Great show. Glad to be here. Taco Tuesday tomorrow.
Ooh, Tipsy Tina's coming through.
I might come in early tomorrow because y'all be going.
We grubbing.
Tipsy Tina, shout out.
We usually save you something. You're like, pass. So that's kind of how you, Stricky.
I'm coming with it tomorrow. I'm coming ready.
Good answer. Come back ready with us tomorrow at 2 o'clock for On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. They're hiring for constructors and ready-mix laborers. Check them out at Ready-Mix Concrete, NebcoInc.com to learn more. He's Strick. I'm Austin. We've had a blast. Hope you have as well. Thanks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. Old School comes your way in just a second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since